Welcome to Grapevine High School, a classic judging information. You are here probably to learn how to fill out a ballot. So this is what a ballot looks like. It will have the event up here. Make sure that this is the event that you are judging. If not, let a person know.
That's a big thing.
Yes. So when you are looking on the ballot, here are some suggestions on what to look for in the piece. This is your area to write notes on.
Notes and comments.
Notes and comments.
Never leave this blank.
Don't leave this blank. It is not helpful. It'll be very helpful if you fill
specific,
out
write as much
specific
as you want.
suggestions.
And if you need, go on the back.
Yeah, go on the back too.
blank.
It's totally fine. So, bad ballots look like good job, last place. They don't have any explanation of why you got last place.
Ballots are here to make the performer better and to give them constructive notes. So
Indeed,
fill it out as much as you can.
Yes. So, on the bottom, here are the places. These are not the points or when the speakers stand up. This is not
the order
first speaker that speaks. This is not second speaker that speaks. These are the place order of the rooms, as in first place, second place, to last place, or no show if they do not show up. So, some people might not show up to the round, or they will show up late. They will most likely say that they were cross-examined, cross-entered, not cross-examined. Cross-entered, which is represented by an X and an E. I don't know how to do E in sign language, but X and an E.
It's this. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. That's fine. But they will say that they were cross-entered, and that is totally fine. And then they can start their piece when it is their turn. So that's pretty much the ballots. So you're probably wondering, what's the difference between a humorous interpretation between a dramatic interpretation?
AKA HI and DI.
Yes, and also POI. Alright, so HI is a story that has multiple characters
with
in it.
different voices, distinct voices, so you can tell the different characters.
For an HI, the main things you need to look for is clear story, consistent voices and characters, different voices and characters, posture, and overall understanding the piece. Because if it gets a little crazy and you don't understand what's going on, that is probably because the actor does not make anything clear.
Yeah.
So, it can also help when you look for characters as when they're doing their piece. When they're doing their piece, they will go from one posture like this to here, and then they will switch their feet.
Different
like
levels.
this. Yeah, different levels. So they can go from character 1 to character 2 to character 3 by just seeing their feet. So if you can't understand the character, just look at their feet. And if they don't really have the feet thing going on, write that on the ballot. Yeah. And then a dramatic one. What is a dramatic one, Maddie? Can you explain what a dramatic one is?
A dramatic interpretation. A DI should have a clear storyline that develops. It starts at a lower level and it rises with a climax. I think that's a very big part. It should have a very distinct climax and a resolution at the end or a conclusion.
So a storyboard.
A story, yes. And that's the main thing about DI, because DI, it doesn't really have multiple characters with goofy voices. It's usually the story of one person.
And a dramatic one basically looks like someone is talking, and then they go back to their intro, which you will see most likely an arm movement and a different change in their voice.
Yes.
If you can't tell the change in their voice and you are very confused if that is the intro or if that's part of the piece, write that on the ballot.
Write that down.
And then when they're done with their intro, they will go back into their character and continue. So there is also another one that is very easily to distinct, is POI. Well, imagine that this is a black binder. A black binder that is
around this size.
Around this size, yes. They will come up, they will hold it like this or like so, they will look at it, open it, and when they open it, that's when they start. So when they finish their beginning part of it and they close it and then they go back to center, that is their intro. So when they're done with their intro, they will go back from center to open. And then after their piece, they will close it again, go back to center, and go back to their seat. That is program oral interpretation. So yeah, that's pretty much most of the pieces. There's also original oratory, which is basically a speech citing multiple sources.
Yeah, self-explanatory.
Yeah,
it's really how convincing it is, how many facts they give, and how smooth and concise the speech is.
Yes. So, once again, for the ballot, really read these suggestions because they help a lot. Take notes for them because it really helps a lot. And know that these are places in the room, not in the order of which they go in. And you also want to have your signature at the very bottom.
And one more thing, keeping time is a really huge thing. So when someone starts, you keep the timer yourself just to make sure that it's, especially with a tournament like this.
Yeah.
You keep the timer yourself. The limit of all pieces are, at least for
10 minutes.
These pieces are 10 minutes.
With a 30-second grace. And after 10 seconds, you can hold up a fist for 30 seconds, but after 10:30, they cannot get first place in the room. They can only get second and under.
And usually, when a performer comes up, you will ask them what time signals they would like.
Yes.
And they'll usually typically say 3 down and a fist of grace, which means at 3 minutes left.
3 down. You just hold your fingers up at 3 minutes
make sure
left.
They see it.
Or 2 down, or 1 down.
Then the
fist at grace, which starts at 10 minutes.
And that's 15 seconds, and after that, you can't.
No, it's actually 30 seconds.
Yes.
Yes.
That's what I meant.
30 seconds after 10 minutes is fist of grace. So there you go. If I missed anything, I'm sure Mr. Hamilton will
fill you in.
Yeah, fill you in. So yeah, have fun judging. And that will be.
And thank you for coming. Thank you for showing up.
Indeed. Saddle up.